What's head? Whew, today, hydrate kids. Today I have a ton of energy. Too much, it's unnatural, actually, y'all. Shout out my boy, Jordan Gray. He, Coach Jordan, man, he's out there. He owns a Sweat fitness and nutrition bar out in Lafayette. For those in the area who are curious, the address is 5905 Johnson Street in Lafayette. Yeah, but basically it's like a bar with a bunch of smoothies and replacement meals, and what I got was like a tea. It was like a berry flavored tea. It's called the Captain America. And it has like a metabolism booster, and I'm not really one for those kinds of things because they boost, they do so through like energy and stuff. But I was like, you know what, I'll have one, and I did. But I made the mistake of drinking one right after drinking coffee, and I was like super jittery. I'm never doing that again. So I didn't even drink the whole thing. That was yesterday, and so today I went and I drank the other half of it, but I waited until like way after my initial caffeine rush from this morning was gone. But yeah, if you guys are interested, you can follow him at Coach_Gray, GRAY_nutrition on Instagram, obviously. So if I am out of breath today, it is that man's fault because, yeah, I drank one of them things. But right now, we're drinking one of these things because it's been a long day and it's Sunday fun day, right? Nah, it hasn't been a long day. It's just been a productive day and a productive week, and I feel like you should fuck it. Reward yourself sometimes. All right. I'll deal with this later. Rule of thumb for me, if you have alcohol in your hand, you also have a bottle of water with you. You know what I'm saying? All right, let's get in the studio. Oh, get in the studio. Yeah. All right. Oh, here we are. We back, baby. Yeah. Okay. Man. I got this new hoodie. I don't know if I was wearing it last week. I don't think so. I think I got it during this week. But yeah, this I don't know, this hoodie is super comfortable. I got it from Walmart. It's awesome. It's the most amazing fitting. You know what I'm saying? Like once every 2 years or so, you'll find that one perfect article of clothing that's just always your go-to when you want to be comfortable because it's just that perfect fit and it looks good or whatever. Yeah, this is that thing. And every time I put my chain on, it flips upside down, but it actually looks hard, and I'm probably going to start wearing it like this from now on. I really like the upside down black chain. It's funny as hell. But yeah, I got a little story, and since it seems like I get a lot of different types of people that hit me up, but lately I've been getting a lot of people who are also artists that have a lot of questions because I'm efficient at doing everything now, and so they ask for advice, and I'm all about giving it. So if you guys have any questions creatively or otherwise, you know what I mean, hit me up in the DM or anywhere, comment section, I don't give a fuck, and we can talk about it. But because of that, I have like a little thing that happened to me a couple days ago, and I'm gonna go through that. I'm gonna talk about it, and it's gonna lead into my like weekly process, which I don't really talk about. I don't know how many people really care, but I think a lot of times it's easy for creative people, especially creative people, to get literally get lost in their sauce because they don't have like a system or routine. So they can't get as much done, or it just gets chaotic. And I know a lot of people that start on something. It's usually dudes. Like male artists, female artists complete things, in my experience. male artists, most a lot of the ones I know, they'll start and then they'll move on to something else and they'll never finish anything ever, and it's ridiculous. I know a lot of them that do that. So we'll talk about my thing, and maybe it'll help people like that out if they're trying to, figure that out. 'Cause some people have their own like method to their madness. Some people are good about coming back to a song and finishing it later. Anyway, what happened to me, what is it? Today's Sunday, so Friday, right? I had somebody with a wealth of experience, like years, lifetime worth of experience as an artist. He came through and he looked at a song I was working on this week. I wanted to get his 2 cents on something, a transition. I was trying to be creative in the hook and something. We actually went completely left on it, and kind of gave me a little bit of insight, but then some other shit happened. We worked on that for like an hour or two. Nothing serious. He gave me some advice, and I was like, all right, cool. But lately, I've been I'm very efficient now at what I do. From producing the beat all the way to mastering the song, a complete song. But I don't want to just be a robot. I want to be better creatively. I don't have a problem being creative, but I want to be more efficient. I'm better at getting what's in my head onto my version of a canvas, right? So what I ended up showing him the song I showed you guys last week. It's called Waiting on You. And, I'm glad I did, because now that song is the best version of itself, because that it can be, and I'm going to do better with other songs moving forward. Because when he listened to it, he was like, afterwards, he was like, you know what, this is a really beautiful, this is like a great song. But, you create this really cool space with the beat and all the elements of the beat. And then for whatever reason, like the vocals come in and they slap me right out of it, right? They poke holes in the world and that you created. And like, I don't know what the fuck. I mean, it sounds super simple, but like that was like a creative epiphany for me. And I just like opened my eyes wide to like what I've been, a lot of times later on, what I'm saying? You'll make something, you'll create whatever. And then later on you'll look back and be like, damn, that was like, I could have done way better in this, whatever, instant, this, whatever, mixing or performing or whatever it is. And for me, lately, that's been, like, the creative aspect of the actual, I don't know. So some of the songs just kind of fit, they go well, but, like, sometimes you got to add a little bit more. So, what he told me about it, anyway, I went through and I fixed it, so we're going to go listen to that today. But because of that, it was super, super interesting, because then I started thinking like, I texted him the next day. Let me finish this first. I texted him the next day. And, I thanked him. I was like, you really helped me out. This is not an overnight thing. You don't have like that kind of epiphany creatively and then you turn into you level up super hard. But, for me, it's one of those things where it's like, now that I know, I can really work on it and improve myself a lot. Because being creative, there's no rule book on how to do it well. So you have to see what you need to see so you can be what you need to be. You know what I mean? And he helped me see that. He gave me some really good perspective on that. And because of that now, anyway, I've come up with a better way to like, sometimes you just kind of do things as an artist, especially whenever you're producing as much as I do, to just kind of keep making stuff and doing what works mechanically and just move forward. And the problem therein lies that sometimes you'll create a certain kind of dynamic in the song, and the biggest pieces whenever you're creating a song really is like the musical elements and then the vocals, right? And sometimes you won't adjust the vocals to the musical elements because you don't do them on the same day. At least I don't. So I was thinking about it. I texted him, right, because I was thinking about it, and he gave me some extra piece of advice, which I'm gonna start incorporating into my own process was, he was like, in my advice is just take a step back. If you don't have somebody else you can just kind of like show it to, take a step back for a couple days and then come back to it, and and then like turn the lights off, listen to it again without any other music being done that day, and then listen to it and like envision it, so whenever you go in you can really get it how it's supposed to sound. Make sure everything is consistent. The vocals can't be like poking through the world that you create, the landscape you create through the soundscape, I guess, through the beat and stuff. So that's a problem for me, right? Because now this is where I'm gonna get into like what my process is. My process for me is like on Monday, like I make beats like sporadically, like throughout the week after I do what I'm about to say. That way, when it comes time every Monday to start on another song, I'm just already ready. I already know, I also don't like to make a beat and just start writing to it, because it gets really tacky, like really fast. So what I do instead is, make it throughout the week. So then I have choices. So anyway, Monday, I write and record the hook and ad-libs, everything like that. Tuesday and Wednesday, same thing, except instead of the hook, it's, both halves of the song, the verses, bridge, whatever. And then on Thursday and Friday, that same song, I usually, Thursday I engineer it, and then Friday I mix and master it. If anything else needs to be done, I'll do that Saturday, but usually Saturday I don't do a fucking thing. I try to completely remove myself from music. So what I'm going to start doing is, when he gave me that piece of advice and I was like, I really want to start incorporating this so I can make my music better for me and for you, right? Like, that's the whole point, is that if I can't listen to it, I don't feel like anybody can listen to it. So what I'm going to start doing is do the same thing, because I would do that all 5 of those days on the same song. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, still going to be creating whatever, and then go back on Thursday and Friday, I'm going to engineer and mix and master, respectively, the song from the week before. So that's what I'm going to do. This week, I'm not going to show you guys a new song, because while it is done, I want to wait and let myself actually apply these new things that I learned, and start doing it that way, so I can come out with more quality stuff. But anyway, yeah, so that was super interesting. It's easy. It's super easy to forget that when you start. First of all, creative people don't have a system like I have, like I just stated. I stated it super quickly, like it was something normal, but a lot of people don't have that. They just kind of pick it up and, can I do this today? I don't know. You can always do it. It's all about getting to a flow state. Flow states are the most important thing. A flow state, if you like don't know what it is, at least my interpretation, like this is what I call it. Not that this is what a flow state is, if that's an actual like definition, my bad. I just labeled this a flow state. It's the same thing that you experience whenever you start like running or washing dishes or doing work around the house. Like, you don't want to at first, but then suddenly you're just on this roll and you like fall into it. Your heart rate evens out and you just start, man, it's like you're in a steady state where everything's just kind of going. You're pushing through and you overshoot all your things because you're not pushing too hard. So you're running farther, you're cleaning more than normal and stuff. Everybody has that. Same thing with studying, same thing with homework, everything. And with music is the exact same thing. So I come in here on Monday and I write a fucking hook and I record it. And even if I don't feel like it, or if I feel like, I'm uninspired, but you just get in, you do what you got to do, you listen to it, you bob your head a little bit, you just start writing. It'll be the tackiest, most shitty fucking thing you've ever written, but I promise you, after about 15 minutes and that brain starts lighting up, you're going to start writing some good shit. And that's, after that, it's just practice. Once you get a hook, you got everything. I mean, and the thing is also, for your hooks, try to have many, many beats to work off of, because if you can't immediately write like a hook, or at least sing a melody to a hook, to a beat, then you're not inspired enough for it, because like the hook's the most important part. You can write a verse, but a verse just walks around in the dark with no flashlight whenever you don't have a hook. The hook is just kind of like that beacon, that lighthouse that kind of tells you where everything is, what you're supposed to be talking about, and what's what direction you're heading in whenever you walk away from it. You know what I mean? And the verses would be those pads. Man, I've been doing a lot of weird metaphors today. I feel like I'm losing everybody and myself. But yeah. So anyway, but doing it that way, that's just mine too. Like, if you don't make beats, if you don't mix and master your own stuff, just have some other shit. If you need more, some people need more break than I do, you know. I know that I push a little bit more than other people. I'm not doing anything anybody else couldn't do, but I know that it's a level of discipline that not a lot of people have. But work with yourself. If you don't have that discipline, then do it, you know. And if you don't engineer and master anyway, then just Monday, Tuesday, or Monday, Wednesday, Friday, or whatever, or just the weekends or something. But make sure that you have a day and this is what you do that day. Like, if you can do that for work, you can let somebody else tell you what to do with your time because you're on a schedule for somebody that you have to work with to pay your own rent. Then you can make your own schedule for your own self and tell you, you know what I'm saying? So that one day in the future, you're paying yourself and your bills. You have to have a routine, a system, so you can consistently get done, you know. But then once you do that, a lot of times you get lost in the sauce, like I was saying at the beginning of all this, and you get stuck in, like, the habits. Like, you figure out the good habits, and you just become a machine. At least that was my problem. And you just kind of do this, and you don't always pay attention to seamlessly blending everything together and making sure everything's like got good continuity and consistently in the same world, like from the beat that you have. You know, you were in some kind of creative space and you created this thing, and when you start writing the vocals, you might have been a slightly different one, but at least it fits, and that's like the whole point. But the producing of the vocals themselves, the engineering, I just call it engineering, is creative part, the compression, EQing, you know, tuning if you have to do that, and shaping it and everything. That's important. Also, it's a whole other like artistic thing you have to do, that really puts the two main pieces, which is the beat and the vocals, and like, you know, makes them one complete piece of art rather than I have these two things. That's one thing I can't stand about some mainstream, not all, but some mainstream like rappers and stuff. It's just, you could tell that they just got a beat from somebody and wrote over it. And that sounds so stupid. But at the same time, you know, they're making millions and I'm not yet. So, it is what it is. But me personally, I don't like that. And so I cater to the people who think like me. Anyway, that being said, if you haven't already, you can listen to the live from Jesus. I'm out of breath because that energy drink, that metabolism boosting thing from Sweat Nutrition that I drank, that I was telling you guys about. You can listen to last live and you can hear the song that I did, and you can hear the dip, even though it's coming out of my monitors into the phone, into your ears. It's still, you'll still be able to tell the difference. We're gonna listen to that one, and I'm gonna give myself another. I'm gonna start applying that new system that I have, instead of doing Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then creating the things and then engineering and mixing and mastering all the same song. You know, start engineering, mastering the song from the week before. That way my ears aren't as fatigued to that song, and it just kind of keeps your brain like refreshed and not doing the same shit too. Sometimes you can just feel like you're just going through the motions, but as long as you're going through the motions in a positive way, that's also not a terrible thing. Sometimes you just got to do what you got to do. But I want you guys to hear. I mean, I don't know how much of a difference you'll be able to hear, but there's definitely a difference. Like, this one's gonna sound like it's complete. You know, at least that's how I feel. If you don't, well, maybe I'm insane, but it doesn't matter. All right, so let's go. Let's go with it real quick. I've been waiting on you to come to me. Hey. Waiting on you to fuck with me. upside down. I'm promising that I will always fight for you. Promising that I won't ever lie to you. Promise that I'll woo you till the death. I promise that my promises are kept, so give me one chance. I can prove I'm your man. I will learn how to dance. Try to call you a fan of mine. Starlight scan, moonlight park with the keys in the van. Talk to the night, just kicking a can. End up kissing you sweetly, respecting my hands. I have opinions, I'm taking my stance. No one should stay in their past. Live like today is your last. Follow your dreams like a map. I've been waiting on you to come to me. Hey. Waiting on you to fuck with me. Yeah. I've been waiting on you to come to me. Yeah. Waiting on you to fuck with me. Yeah. I don't wanna fuck this, I just wanna love this. Look at what the crux is. I am not a puppet, but this isn't about love or disrespect. This is about happiness and death. But what can I say? Purposely moved to channel my pain. Tapping my heart to color a page. Freed up the artist, locked in a cage. I was down, low and depressed. Tears always choking my breath. But I started looking at chessboards and giving my passion a sweat more. So please, give me one chance. I can prove I'm your man. I will learn how to dance, to call you my fan. So I ain't getting caught up in the loneliness. Wouldn't tell the devil that he's wrong again. Everybody needs someone to understand. I've been waiting on you to come to me. Hey. Waiting on you to fuck with me. Yeah. I've been waiting on you to come to me. Yeah. Waiting on you to fuck with me. Yeah. Yeah. It's like 10 times better to me. Now, you guys probably won't be able to hear some of the stuff. I made like the vocals less, took some of the highs out, but like left the clarity and I turned them down a lot and put in more reverb, let the effects speak more, which is not something I usually do. It's not something I'm a fan of. Usually I like to let my voice do more of the stuff, but in this song, you know, it's more about the vibe and less about what I'm doing here. So, yeah, so, you know, there's a lot more like reverb and like delays happening and stuff for people who know what that is. It basically just kind of keeps massaging your brain with this won't sound. I know that's definitely something you can't pick up in here, but when it comes out though, it's gonna be hard. At the beginning, the vocals were a little low because of something I did earlier, and I forgot to put it back, but I fixed it, so there we go. Anyway, yeah, so that was my story. That's the song. That's what I'm doing from now on. Y'all watching me grow. It's gonna be funny later whenever, you know, when I'm explaining things, I don't know, in interviews and things like that. I'm just gonna be like, it's all documented. Like, it's all documented. You can go watch it wherever. I still need to put these on YouTube. I'm gonna do that right after I get off of here. I forgot to do it last time because I was busy, but I'm not busy this time, obviously. So yeah, it's all gonna be like documented. I'll be like, no, I always tell people my process and everything. I could care less. I feel like not helping people out when they need help and like don't understand things, because I wanted that help. This is why I document all this, why I'm doing these lives when there's nobody in the live, like, because one day people are going to want to know, and they want to know all of it. And I don't really care that much about, like, you know, ooh, look at all the content I got out, but it's more about when somebody else wants to decide, like, this is the thing that they love to do and they want to know how to do it, they're going to be able to go back and see, like, how I did it. I explain everything. I do everything. Like, it's, you know what I mean? I'm going to come out with, obviously, when these songs actually drop, I'm going to be doing more of the, how I made the beats and stuff. But for artists, all the way from artists to people who just in general are curious about creating songs and stuff, I feel like y'all deserve to know. And it's weird that people hoard the wealth of, like, knowledge once they figure it out, like, as if other people are going to take away their success. I don't know. It's weird. Like, you can't just, knowledge is never enough. You always have to also have the work ethic and the, you know, the desire and the passion and whatever. So it's weird that people don't want to help other people out with that. So anyway, that's all I got. Appreciate y'all. Just keep spreading the love, you know what I'm saying? Peace, baby.